Over the past year, you may have noticed your recycling bins and dumpsters overflowing with cardboard. The pandemic has led to a surge in demand for the product and all kinds of shipping materials, especially corrugated boxes. Those are commonly used for e-commerce items and many other goods. Chicago Tonight's Quinn Myers has more on how the box boom is being felt across the region.
On an early spring morning at this Southside recycling yard, Ken Dunn is unloading a massive haul of cardboard and other paper products. Dunn runs Resource Center, a recycling nonprofit which has served the Chicago area for decades.
We actually started by helping crews pick up cans and bottles on vacant lots here in the South Side, providing jobs and money for them to pick up and then pay their salary by the materials we collected.
The company has expanded over the years to include all kinds of materials, including one Dunn says has more than doubled over the past year.
The cardboard from households, it's just, people are buying these flat screen TVs since they're all at home that are 5 foot by 4 foot, and they come in big cardboard boxes. So yeah, a lot of boxes coming to homes.
Those TVs and a surprisingly large number of other products are usually shipped in what's known as corrugated packaging, made up of layers of paper with a wavy flute in the middle for extra padding. The corrugated packaging industry had a record 2020 as people started buying everything from groceries to PlayStations online.
So it really is essential to our everyday lives. It brings us, household cleaning materials, it brings us food, pharmaceuticals, tissue. Over the last year, the pandemic, people really were concerned about toilet paper. It gets our toilet paper to us and everything in between.
Rachel KENYON is Senior Vice President of the Fibre Box Association, or FBA, a local trade group that tracks shipments of corrugated packaging nationwide.
The corrugated industry really grows fairly moderately from year to year, about 1% to 2%, 2.5%. And what happened last year with many things, because of the pandemic, we really saw a change in box plant shipments. So in March of 2020, box shipments were up 9% over the previous year's March. And that was when people were doing a lot of pantry stocking, a lot of hoarding of products.
The FBA tracked a 3.4% overall increase in shipments in 2020 over 2019, aided by a spike in e-commerce activity ahead of the holiday season. The corrugated boom has been especially taxing for box manufacturers, like Akers Packaging on 87th Street in Chicago's Burnside neighborhood.
It's impacted us in a great way from a revenue standpoint, but it's made the business very difficult to run.
The family-run company owns plants across the Midwest, but says it has been a challenge to scale up their operations to meet the recent flurry of demand. To accommodate, Akers has continued investing in automation and also just more manpower.
We're using as much of the capacity in our central Illinois and southern Michigan plants as possible. We're also providing overtime on a daily and on Saturday basis, so we call it throwing hours at it to get more production.
But the company has recently had trouble filling vacant positions. And the strain of the past year has led to longer wait times for distributors who receive boxes from manufacturers like Akers.
I think it'll sort it out as people spend more money on vacations and hotels and less money on goods for their homes and food and things like that. And also the industry spends money on machinery and equipment. But it's going to take the better part of the year. We really don't think things are going to change until the fall, or maybe even until next year.
Unlike plastic, corrugated is highly recyclable. The FBA says the industry's recovery rate hovers around 90%. Back at the Resource Center lot, Ken Dunn says he's expecting the influx to continue as restaurants and other businesses reopen after pandemic shutdowns. And he'll be ready.
Local systems with all recyclables is better for a sustainable planet, and I think it'll improve the quality of life for all communities.
For Chicago Tonight, I'm Quinn Myers.
And the Resource Center says they've also seen a spike in plastic bottles during the pandemic. You can